felt like the right time to wear it. I've had it in my locker for a couple weeks now. I've had these made for a couple weeks, but felt like the right day.
Trevor,
What you guys got?
Bruce of Florida Star newspaper. Congrats on a huge win. So biggest question for you, 4 first half interceptions, probably the worst half of football you played maybe in your football life so far. But you managed to bounce back, lead the team to victory. How were you able to do that? What did coach tell you? What did you tell yourself? Thank you.
I mean, it just kind of I said it after the game. It kind of just sums up our season. That the game tonight, and for myself, obviously, definitely the worst half of my football life, of a lot of people's football life too. So some type of history probably in that stat. But I mean, really just I felt like only one of those plays was a bad decision. So I felt like I was seeing things all right. They made a couple great plays. There was one where, Zay got tangled up and, for whatever, we'll leave it at that. And the guy made a good play though, on the first or the fourth down, earlier in the game. And then the one when we were backed up was a bad decision. So I felt like I was seeing it all right and just needed to settle in. We didn't really get any momentum going. We couldn't get a drive going. So I really just felt like we needed to settle in. And then our defense just kept getting stops for us. And I knew once we get the ball and kind of get rolling for that first score like we did at the end of the half, once we kind of got that and got the momentum back, felt good about. I mean, we've been in that situation before, not that many points, but, similar situations. So that's the thing. I mean, just the belief in this team. It's it's really cool to see what can happen when everybody believes. And, I wouldn't have been able to do what I did today and what the offense was able to do in the second half to bounce back. Also the defense, if we didn't believe in one another. And that was, I threw 4 picks in the first half, and those guys beside me on offense and the guys on the other side of the ball didn't ever lose faith in me. And that's one thing that makes it easier when you got guys that believe in you, no matter what the circumstances are.
Trevor, Doug's play calling that 4th and 1 to hand off to Travis. Him calling timeout right before kind of maybe get you guys settled down. Can you just talk about, really the confidence you guys have when you were lining up for that and just confidence in Doug and his play call?
Yeah, I mean, there was, we actually had a different call on before, and he didn't like the look that the defense was in, and it's probably smart, looking back at it. So got the timeout off. I was kind of mad at first because I thought it was going to work. So and then he told me what he was saying. I'm like, all right, sounds good. So then he got the new call in, and just get the ball in Travis's hands and makes a play like that. Wins the game for us essentially. Obviously Riley won the game, but putting us in position there takes a lot of guts there. 4th and 1, game on the line, and just the guys up front. They just mashed them. They set the edge, and Travis was rolling.
Hey, Trevor, some close losses early in the season for the Jags, but where did the belief to battle out of a deficit like this one come? I mean, late in the year, you guys have been comebacks left and right. Where did that, I guess, come from?
I think we've always had it, and we weren't on the right side of them for a few weeks, but I really think we never stopped believing. That was the main thing. We had 5 losses. Those 5 losses in a row, all 1-score games, had opportunities to win it. And even after that 5th one, it's like never wavered, never lost belief. Coach didn't lose belief in us. And that's how we dug our way out of it. And same thing we did tonight. That's why I said it kind of epitomizes our season. You're never out of it. And I think that's the one lesson that we've all learned. I know I've learned this year is just, like I said, just when you believe and everybody believes, it's cool what you can accomplish, and tonight was one of those games.
Trevor, how do you top what you guys just did tonight and what you did tonight?
Hopefully we don't have to. Hopefully we play a little bit better next week. Hats off the defense. Hopefully they played just like they did tonight. They did a great job. But offensively, you can't turn the ball over that many times and expect to win. We found a way tonight, but it's probably not a good formula moving forward. So I know for just personally. It shouldn't take that type of second half to go win the game. If you just play better in the first half and take care of the ball, and I didn't play my best tonight, so I'm going to watch the tape. There's going to be so much to learn from, but honestly, you couldn't write a better script than to win a game like that tonight. So it makes it more special, but don't want to do that again. So got to take care of the ball. That's where it starts. I think besides that, it was a pretty. All phases played pretty well besides just the turnovers on offense. I think we can be better on 3rd down. We weren't great tonight, so it's another area to improve on. But took advantage of our red zone opportunities, scored on most of those or all of those. So yeah, I mean, just hang on to the ball.
Trevor, your receivers said that as the interception or turnovers are piling up, that you kept the huddle level, you kept a level mindset. How do you do that inside your own head? How do you keep your head level?
Yeah, it's like I said, I didn't really, honestly didn't have a choice. We've come this far, and those guys are dependent on me, and to win games in general in this league, but especially in the playoffs, quarterback has to play well. Wasn't playing well, and I knew it was going to take a lot to turn it around. But I told the guys in the huddle, there's no 27-point plays. It's going to be one play at a time, and that's what it took. One play at a time, all the way down the field, just again and again and again. And all we can do at this point, we dug ourselves in this hole. All we can do is just try to score every drive. Then trust our defense. And if they get a stop, great, give us another chance to score. If they don't, great, we'll get the ball back, we'll go score again. So that was our mindset. And you just gotta keep playing with confidence. That was the one thing, just self-talk in my head. You're going back and forth. It's tough, when you're struggling and not playing well. But if I don't continue to be myself, we don't have a shot to win because then I'm going to miss the plays that I usually make. So I just had to keep my confidence. Missed a few throws, I think, where some of those turnovers where I was being a little cautious. Just so after that, I felt like I kind of got back on track and settled in.
We'll go to Brent and then we'll do that. Trevor, just to piggyback on that a little bit, is that a learned thing to be able to overcome that kind of failure? Or, could you do that? Back in high school or college, I know you didn't have this kind of failure in high school or college, but would you have been able to have that second half last year even?
It's kind of hard to say. Probably not. Like I said, really, it's, I was able to turn it around and play well in the second half, but it's all stems from the collective belief of the team. When you get in that situation and you feel like everyone doesn't really believe you got a shot and things start to crumble around you, whether that's defense, offense, that's kind of when you're in trouble and it doesn't feel like you got a shot to win it. And there was never that feeling. Even at halftime, I think it was 27-7, down 20, and Foley brought everybody up and he's like, we're going to win this game. We're going to find a way to win this game. You got to believe it. And we all believed it. We really did. And that's the crazy thing is it's easy to say it after, but you don't win a game like that if you really don't. If you don't really believe it. So, man, I don't really know what else to say. I'm kind of rambling because it's just a special night. I'm just proud of the group, the city. It was a special night for a lot of people, and just thankful for everybody that played a part in it.
Trevor, why do you think this team seems to thrive on doing things sort of the hard way? You know what I mean? Like coming back from 3-7 to win the division and then something like this?
I don't know. Coach showed a video of, I don't know if you guys heard of Jocko. You guys can look it up. It's this video where he talks about good. And it's like, no matter what happens, that's your response, good. Threw 4 picks in the first half, good. He showed that back in, I don't know if it was training camp or during the season, maybe when we were on that losing streak. I don't know when it was, but that's just been our mindset. Then we say it on the sideline joking around. One of the linemen, I forget who it was, said to me after I threw 3 or 4 picks, he was like, good. Just looking at him like, all right, not the time. But, it's just the mindset of this group. And like I said, you can't make a living on doing it the hard way all the time. But it's you're going to have to sometimes, and that we had to tonight, and we were able to get it done.
Hey, Trevor, you've played in a lot of big games in your life. This is your first career playoff game. Where does this one kind of stack up for you with the games that you've played in?
It's up there. It's a special one. Definitely one I'll never forget. First playoff win. Like we talked about, obviously, the ups and downs of the game. It kind of speaks for itself. So it's special, and just there's something about this team, just the way we've been able to stick together. It's really, honestly, kind of leaves you speechless sometimes, just how like I've said it a million times, but just the belief, it's really cool. So I'm proud to be a part of it, and just the beginning for us.